Hey y'all, Kelly K Consulting. It's time for Monday Moves. So today I got to talk about feedback because one of the things that I think we all get is feedback. And so often we hear this term feedback is a gift. And I'm going to ask you to question that. Is feedback a gift? So I write about this in my book, and a lot of times when people see the title of the book, if you're over 30, they're like, yeah, that book's not for me. I would offer this book is for all ages. As a matter of fact, it's not just for women. I've had men read the book and go, hey, I got some value from this. But in the book, I write about feedback and where you get it, how you get it, and what you do with it. One of the things that I think is important is that we have a mindset that we are coachable. And my mid-50s, I want to still be open to learning. I still want to be coachable. That being said, I think there's also a time and place to say, this is me. This is what I like. I'll give you an example. The shirt I'm wearing today is from 2012 or 2013, okay? And I remember wearing it one day on a Friday. I wore it with this little white cardigan and a pair of denim trousers. So they were not blue jeans. They had a trouser look, but they were the denim fabric. Hang with me. And I had someone tell me very directly that the shirt was not really appropriate for work because it was t-shirt material. Now, that is a piece of feedback that I had to deliberate on. They didn't say it didn't look good. They didn't say it wasn't a nice shirt. It was t-shirt material. So it wasn't necessarily appropriate for the environment in which I was working. Now, in my view, today, I'm on camera. I threw a black jacket on over it. This shirt is obviously old, and I think it's fine. But I had to kind of think about something like fabric for the environment in which I was working. You know, I hear a lot of feedback from people talking about newer professionals and this whole area around professional dress, which I'm not going to say I'm an expert. I may work in progress on that. But I do think cues like that, observing what your leadership is wearing and so on, can be helpful. Now, the flip side of it is that you've got to kind of find your own style and fit within your budget. So that's why I wanted you just to kind of ruminate, not in an overthinking way, but just mull over, noodle, if you will, the idea of feedback. You know, you could get feedback on your speaking. You could get feedback on the quality of your Excel spreadsheet. Feedback comes in a lot of forms. And what I want to ask you is give yourself an opportunity not to overreact and not to underreact, but to think about where that feedback is coming from, what the context is, and then how that fits within you. Now, sometimes we just have to think, you know what? That feedback is what I needed to hear for this environment. That feedback could give me a growth opportunity. But sometimes, y'all, that feedback is based on the fears or concerns of another person. Last example, many years ago, I had an organizing business where I just loved organizing. And I found out in the 80s that there was an entire industry built around professional organizing. I thought, oh, this is something that Kelly's down with. So for several years, I had a business called In Its Place. I actually had the opportunity to be on Talk of the Town a few times, which is a local Nashville television show. And we talked about organizing all kinds of things. When I started the business, and I still worked full time and I was in graduate school and so on, I remember a very dear friend said to me, you really think anybody is going to pay you to organize stuff? Yes. Here's the difference. That feedback was from someone who did not need me. Please hear me on that. She didn't need me. She's one of the most organized, put together people I know. She just makes the world, the people that she supports sing because she's so organized. That feedback was from her perspective that she didn't need an organizer. Why would anybody pay for it? So when you get feedback, think about that. What's the context? Who's it coming from? It kind of goes back to those, the 5 W's that you were taught when you were writing a report or something like that when you were a kid, who, what, why, where, all that. But be thinking about that is as you go through this week and you get feedback, you decide. Now, sometimes it's pride. Sometimes there's a little pride involved. I'm probably not going to wear this shirt to an in-person, high-end meeting. But for camera, I kind of think it's okay. You can disagree with me and provide me that feedback. So that is Monday Moves for today. As you know, I'm always about helping people with their inner leadership, whether it's through coaching or speaking or putting together special events and webinars. If you have something coming up that you think I might be useful for, please reach out. Easiest way to do it is Kelly@kellyknowles.net. I'll see you.